Hi everyone out there. The UPA or UPA II is about to complete its 4 years in power. Now the UPA wants to celebrate, but the question would be, what do you really want to celebrate? What is there to celebrate? The fact is that for the last couple of years and for the last 12 months in particular, the UPA has been a bit like a patient in ICU, really relying on mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, relying on the likes of Mayawati and Mulayam to pull it along. Allies have left it, the DMK has left it, the Trinamool has left it. So it's been a pretty disastrous 4th year for the UPA. The only thing that it can really celebrate is the fact that it survived so long. And I get a sense that survival has become an end in itself for this government. Somehow the government seems to believe that the longer it survives, something magical will happen and it will revive itself. Well, all I can tell you is the poll that CNN IBN has done, and which will be out on Tuesday night, a mood of urban India. If that is any indication, the UPA is facing a deep credibility crisis. And it's not just the UPA, it's the Prime Minister's own image which has taken a beating, his ministers who find themselves under the scanner, and really Sonia Gandhi, who was the architect of the UPA, also finds serious questions being asked about her role. And really for the UPA, rather than celebration, this should be an opportunity for introspection. What went wrong with that pretty sizable mandate that they got 4 years ago? 4 years ago at this time, the UPA looked like it was here to stay. It had beaten all expectations. The Congress had got more than 200 seats on its own. And really it was in many ways a far more stable government on first sight than UPA 1. Actually what's happened is perhaps a sense of fatigue has set in, sense of complacency has set in, and perhaps a sense of arrogance, because it is a combination of arrogance and complacency that leads you to live in a world where, a make-believe world, where you are cut off from reality. And somewhere the UPA has failed to connect with the people of the country in its second avatar, failed to reach out to them, failed to communicate with them, failed to admit at times where they've gone wrong. Because once a government goes into denial mode, then I'm afraid the people of this country will teach such governments a lesson. We'll have to wait and see, of course, what the final electorate decide, what is the final verdict the electorate gives possibly a year from now. But for now, if I were the UPA, I would perhaps use the 4th anniversary to go into a period of prolonged introspection and perhaps acceptance that some things have gone drastically wrong. There's no point putting 4 candles on a cake and pretending that all is well when actually all is clearly not well. That's my take on UPA 2. Would be happy to hear your feedback.